had nothing to do to assert that energy, to the frustration that they having at home. You don't know what nobody's home is like. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have an outlet. So most of these bullies don't have an outlet. So find out, teachers, parents, where's the root of the problem? What's going on with these kids? You know what I'm saying? Parents, stop saying, don't say nothing to my child. Because your children hear these things and they act up and they do what they want to do because they already know mama and daddy and auntie and uncle or whoever's raising this child don't care what nobody say. I can get away with it. And then we got horrible situations that's on the news. Because these kids don't have an outlet. It all takes, like I said, teachers and parents need to come together. Educators, coaches. I really wish we get back to stop softening this generation. No, I'm not saying you need to beat your kids. By no means. I did not say that. There are several different ways to discipline your children. Military, push-ups, doggone exercise, take away the games, take away the phones. There are so many different ways to do these things where you don't have to necessarily put your hands on your kids. But I don't mean no harm. That helped me. Because I knew not to roll up on my mama. I knew not to roll up on my coaches. Because it was a bing, bing, bing. Because we respected adults. These kids have no respect because they're not taught respect. And it starts at home. And the teachers, y'all got to hold them accountable at school as well. Well, I'm afraid the parents, because parents, to be honest, y'all watch Facebook, y'all see TikTok and YouTube and all the rest of social media, IG. Parents going up to the school, trying to fight the kids. Parents going to the school, trying to fight the teachers. I mean, how can you expect your child to respond a certain way when they see the adults acting like children? You know, it has to be a balance there. It has to be. So when it comes to teachers versus parents versus students, it shouldn't be a verse. We all need to be together. Plain and simple. Students need to know their role, your children, but still talk. I hate that. Know your role. Stay in your place as a child. No, because you're going to miss something. Don't have your child sit in the room and be there by itself on punishment. Talk to your kids. Listen to your kids. Like my mom used to tell me all the time, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you're angry and I did something wrong, if you're angry and somebody did something wrong, you don't have to yell and scream at me and you don't have to curse, but you can get that attention, that frustration off of you. Mom, this person in school is getting on my nerves. Mom, this teacher is really bothering me. I'm doing my work, I'm doing everything they're telling me to do, and I'm still in the wrong. I don't get it. What do I? Listen to your children. Talk to them. Get an understanding. If they're in the wrong, tell them, baby, I know that sucks, but you're a child. You go to school, you do your work. If it's something that you can't control and you've already went down the protocol, hey, John, Jacob, Jingle, Hyper, Smith, whoever was bothering me, you went to the teacher said nothing, all right, there's guidance counselors. Talk to the guidance counselor. If that don't work, and we're communicating though, so I know that you're going through the necessary steps before I have to come back to the school and act a fool. Because we're talking to our child. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so you talk to the teacher? Okay, what's happening? Okay, I'm going to reach out to the teacher as well. I'm going to, like we got out here in Vegas, my son, we got Class Dojo, so I can email her, and it goes like an instant message saying she going to come right back to me. Okay, my son is having a problem with this student. Can you address it? Okay, cool. Nothing's done. Hey, son, did this happen? No, she didn't talk to me. Cool. Let me reach out to the guidance counselor. Okay, cool. They don't do it? Child, now it's time for mama, daddy to come out of the box and be a nice nasty. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go up to the school throwing stuff. You don't have to go up to the school being ignorant. Like I call a nice nasty. Excuse me. I got documentation on where I reached out to this teacher. I reached out to the principal, and these things are not being taken care of. My child is coming home without lunch money. My child is coming home and they're crying. I need to figure out what's going on. And you have to communicate. You know what I'm saying? But like I said again, this generation, these people, y'all are so big on I'm always right, or my child is always right, that the teachers don't even give a damn. They really just going to school to get a paycheck. They reading right out of the teacher's handbook, right out of the planning. They don't even want to get close or bonded to the students because there's so much mess and so much craziness going on that they don't want to be accused of nothing. So the teachers go to work. They write their notes on the board. They got their syllabus on what we're doing today, and this is all we're doing. Because if I say anything out the way, if I do anything out the way, I got a problem. You know, so we got to come up with this balance. These babies are leaving this earth too fast. Too fast. Not just from these events that's happening at the school, but these kids are taking their own lives. Let's just be real. Because of depression, because they have no outlet. Depression is not just in adults. Kids have them. As a person that's knocking on 40, I had it as a child. I had these issues. But you know what? I really didn't have that outlet. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, in certain households, you get talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because that door isn't always open. Or you don't know how to put it out there and not feel like you're saying something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Parents, we need to really, not just parents, educators, aunties, uncles, everybody, we really need to get back to this village thing, man. Because our kids are leaving here faster than the adults. They not making it to 19 and 20. They not making it to 25. Hell, some of them ain't making it to 10. And that's sad. Because they don't have an outlet to talk to. Because mama and daddy are always right. The kids are always right. And them creatures are terrible. They ain't got nobody. And the teachers, y'all want to blame the teachers. I can't do nothing with Johnny. I can't do nothing with Peggy Sue or whatever. Because y'all won't allow me. Y'all stopping me from being a teacher, an educator, a pillar in the community because you don't want nobody to say nothing to your babies. You don't want nobody, my child got, but your kids fresh, they got all the J's at the top of the line, I ain't got no problem with that, but your child can't read, spell cat or dog. But they fresh to death. Y'all putting y'all priorities into the wrong thing. People say, oh, we don't go to counseling is that my child ain't that crazy. I don't mean no harm. I'm an advocate for counseling. And I'm not talking about a guidance counselor. I'm talking about going to therapy because it's needed. You know what I'm saying? These kids can't talk to you. They can't talk to the teacher. They're embarrassed. They got emotions. Go let them go talk to somebody. So they don't take their life or someone else's life. You know what I'm saying? We need that like I said, we need that bond back in the community, y'all. Parents, teachers, cousins, grandmamas. Yeah, grandmamas and kids the same damn age anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just, where's it at? Where's the foundation? Where's the help? Where is the realness? You can't say nothing. I mean, we talking about students and parents. The parents, you can't, nobody say nothing to you, period. I was about in the streets and nothing. Somebody do something wrong, you ready to turn up. You don't know what the other adult in front of you has to say or what they're going through. Everybody's so ready to go viral. Everybody ready to holler world star. But these babies sitting here watching and looking and observing all of this, and you want to know why they out here fighting and throwing knives and shooting and doing whatever else because they watching auntie and uncle. If they not doing it, they watching it on social media. But y'all don't want to be accountable for that. Oh, my baby wouldn't do that. My baby don't do that. My baby know better. But your baby the biggest problem at the school. Your baby the one fighting and name calling and checking and all this stuff. Your baby is the biggest one in the school. But you won't believe it because your baby don't act like that at the crib. Your baby doesn't, oh, my child is so mannerable. To who? When you at home, you don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Your child mannerable to who? Address the real issue. Talk about the real issue. Stop sugarcoating stuff. Y'all know what I'm saying? I ain't shit. That's what y'all see. I wear my shirt. This is my brand. I live pride. And people say, man, you know what? Man, you hilarious, man. You're funny. You need to be a comedian. No, I do not. Because it's only funny to you because it doesn't apply to you. But if I tell you the truth, guess what you're going to say? I ain't You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to give it to you raw. That's just what I do, man. I really wish and I pray daily, multiple times a day, man, that we get back that community. It's needed, y'all. Just for our babies, man. Look, we just had, man, they leaving here. You know? they leaving here. These kids are not having childhoods anymore. They're not having memories and things like that anymore. Because they're leaving here too fast. I need y'all to start talking to these kids. Y'all see these kids out here that they misbehaving. Pull them to the side. Talk to them. Everybody ain't out here being a pedophile. Everybody ain't out here trying to do no craziness. You know what I'm saying? There actually are still some genuine people, you know what I'm saying, out here. There really are some genuine people that care about these kids, man. And if you don't care about your kids, man, get somebody else who want them that can't have kids take care of these babies. There's too much out here to help. It's too many sporting events. It's too many projects. Too much free stuff to help your kid engage in the community, to help your child be a better human. But y'all don't want that because y'all ain't got time for none of that. Y'all ain't got time because y'all got to take pictures for the book. Y'all trying to be IG models, male and female. Y'all trying to be rappers. You know what I'm saying? But your baby can't read. Your baby can barely talk in public. They can't speak. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all focusing on the wrong thing. Yes, I know we all got to get a check in a bag. I know we got bills to pay. But at some point in time, man, we got to sit down and talk to our babies. Find out where their head is. Find out what's going on with them. Every day my son come home from school, y'all, and I'm not perfect. I got my flaws just like anybody else. But one thing I will not do is ignore my child. I look at my child's face when he comes in. I ask him questions. I see what words he used when I ask him how is his day. My son, he like me. How was your day? Great. What did you do today? We learned. Bruh, come on. What did y'all do today? What did you learn? Don't be so blank. What's going on? Well, we did this. Okay, thank you. That's a little bit better. How were the kids? I asked them. Did it? Because my son's a little small for his age. I know kids are cruel. Son, what happened? What's going on? Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Well, guess what, y'all? Right before the school year ended, my son got into 2 altercations back to back. And I'm going to tell y'all, my son has a temper. I've seen it when he plays these games. Never seen him in person with people have a temper, but I know how he rages when he's playing video games. So I kind of, when the principal called me, because I know my child, I could say that sounds about right with my child. I asked my son, one situation, he hit a little boy because the little boy was picking on him because my son lost the game and the little boy was rubbing his. He was trash talking my son. So my son hit him. I had to tell my son, it's not what you do. You don't put your hands on nobody that has not put their hands on you, son. You're wrong. Well, Mom, he was doing this over and over again. Son, did you go talk to the teacher? Did you walk away? I know everybody's listening like, no, no. We have to learn to control our temper. We can't just put our hands on somebody, because when you're an adult and you put your hands on somebody, what happens? You get locked up. And they locking kids up for the same thing, so I had to stop my son. Now, mind you, like I said, he got into 2 altercations back to back. The second altercation was the very next day after he hit the little boy. He punched the kid on the bus. Oh, I'm 30 degrees hot. I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? I'm angry because we just had this conversation. Son, why did you punch the little boy? Because they were bothering me. Who was bothering you, son? The little boys on the bus. Did they just start this, son? No, ma'am. So why did you punch the little boy? How long this been going on? They've been doing it for a long time. How long, son? Every day. So I ask you every day when you come home from school, is anybody bothering you? You say no. So guess what happens now, in my opinion, because you haven't addressed the issue and you didn't follow the proper protocols nor the chain of command, now who looks like the bully? Now who looks like the bad guy because you didn't do what I asked you to do? I'm talking to you, you were not talking to me. The teacher's talking to you, you're not talking to them. You're not telling them people are bothering you like I told you to do. So now you look like a bully because you didn't do what you were supposed to. I'm gonna need you to get together, son. And guess what? My son was punished. All games taken away, phones taken away. You can't do nothing in your room. You gonna sit here and think about this, sir. but that's because